Welcome to another episode of this series called COVID-19 Women Series, where we talk about developments concerning the pandemic and how it impacts women. On today's episode, we are going to be looking at things that you can engage in while at home during this self-isolation period. I'm going to be talking about 10 things you could do while at home so you can make use of this period effectively. So let's go to point number 1. The first thing you need to do during this period is to learn a new skill. I cannot even overemphasize this point. You need to learn a new skill. Just think, look through, pick that new skill you want to learn, that at the end of this self-isolation period, you can say, I actually learned this thing. Be it painting, be it handcrafting, be it editing, whatsoever skill that it might be. Just pick a skill and learn it. Use this time to learn it. You could go online, check YouTube videos, watch them, learn 1 or 2 things. You could also do online courses to help you with this skill. But please, by the end of this self-isolation period, make sure that you have learned a skill. So point number 2, it is for you to organize your home or your house. I mean, everybody has that wardrobe where they have dumb stuff inside, or that fridge that is not arranged, or even the wardrobes in the kitchen that some things have gone on in there. This is the time to keep it tidy, clean them out, bring them out, reorganize, and just engage yourself in keeping everywhere clean. Also, if there are things that have gotten spots in your house, say for example, a bulb has gotten burnt and you have an extra bulb, this is the time to fix it. So please spend this time organizing that wardrobe, that kitchen, that fridge. Organize it. Use this time to just get things tidy. So point number 3, practice self-care. I mean, most of the time people work all through the year. Some people don't even get to take their leave. So this is a holiday period. I want us to just get beyond the fear and panic and focus on positive things you can do to energize yourself and be positive minded. So practice self-care. Love on yourself this period. Get a manicure, get a pedicure. If you have a bathtub, you can do a home spa treatment for yourself. But just engage in loving yourself this time and knowing more about yourself. So thing number 4, it is time to start that online business. Now, this is for those who have always said, I want to do an online business. I want to have an online business. This is the time to do it. If it be a clothing line you have thought of having online, if you wanted to start a blog, if you wanted to have a vlog, this is the time to start it. We're saying no to procrastination this time. If, for example, you wanted to start a clothing line business, for example, you don't have the clothes yet and all of that, you could start with developing the website, get web developers to help you, engage with these people and start something. Business is all about starting small and going big. So whatever little thing you can do right now, kickstart it right now. So even after the self-isolation period and we know that all this has settled down and gone off, you can then continue for them. But this is the time to kickstart on that goal of starting that online business you have always wanted to have. So point number 5, this is the time to engage in fun activities. So I know that the fear is real. Things have been going on. The way the situation came about is still stunning. I mean, this time last year, no one thought that this thing would happen at this point in time. But please, let's put the fear aside. I mean, it's a season that will come and go. This is the time to just leave that fear to one side and just engage in fun activities. I mean, bring out that chessboard. It's also the time to actually engage in those fun activities with your family and friends. Bring out that chessboard. I can remember when I was younger, I used to play Monopoly, Ludo. If you have all those things, please bring them out and begin to engage in those activities. It might be watching movies. It might be whatever thing you feel you'd enjoy doing and you would have fun doing. Please engage them into this period to give you a positive mindset and to put away the fear. So point number 6, start reading that book. I personally have a book on my desk that I've had for about 2 weeks and I've told myself I'll read it. This is the time to pick up that book that you've dropped on your shelf. It is time to pick up that book that you have in your library, stock up corner, and you're always telling yourself that I need to read this book. It's the time to pick up that book and read it. I mean, for those of us in Nigeria that we have a self-isolation period of 14 days, and even for those outside the country where it's longer, 14 days is enough to actually read a book or even finish the book. It might not even be you finishing the book, but at least pick up something from the book, knowledge is power. I know they even used to say readers are leaders, and so really it is. So pick up that book. I've had scenarios of people that their lives get changed from a chapter of a book. In fact, their lives get changed from just a single line in a book. So that book that you've been delaying, please pick it up and read it. To point number 7, it is time to bond with our families and friends. Majorly for families right now, because those are the ones you're self-isolated with, or we are self-isolated with. So please bond with families right now. Your children, your spouse, your brothers, your sisters, whoever it is that is with you in that your space right now, it is time to spend time and bond with them. I must say this, it is time to put down that phone. It's time for connection. It's time for relationships to be built. I know that we work for those people in Nigeria, we work in an environment where some people go home, some people really go out in the morning and they come in late. This is the time to spend with your spouse and get to know them better. Speak to them, connect with them on diverse cases. I know that this season can bring forth beautiful relationships, even for families right now, where I know that there have been concerns concerning how some couples that have had issues will live together. This is a period whereby you can actually come together and agree on your disagreements. So please bond with your family members, build your relationship with them, connect to them, get to know more about them. And for friends, this is the time to actually place that call to that person that you haven't spoken to for over a year. Place that call to that friend that is in another country. Place that call to that friend that you need to catch up on some gist to it. Just reach out to people, but beyond reaching out to them about how you're faring, catch up on old times, catch up on what is going on in their lives. Just place that call to also to families really that are not in your vicinity. Bond with them at this time and share your ideas, share your thoughts, engage and grow your relationships further. Now to point 8, it is time to update those goals and also that bucket list. I know we usually have goals that we set. Some people have stopped setting goals yearly, but the truth about it is goals are important and you have to plan towards them. So those goals that you have set and said, I want to do this, I want to do that, the world is changing. It has become quite obvious like never before that technology is the future. Technology is the future. IT is the future. So by adventure, there's a goal that you have thought of having, you've been thinking of doing, and you haven't even put in place how technology can abide with it. This is the time to go back and reflect on that goal, to update on that goal, and then try and input IT and see how you can broaden the goal to include technology into it. As we can see, many businesses are going online. The truth about it is, I believe that even after now, businesses that are terrestrial will move from being terrestrial to add business strategies to become online businesses, add that to their business plan. And so this is the time to update on it. Also that bucket list, the things you've always been wanting to do and told yourself that before I'm this age, I would, or before things happen, I would achieve this. This is the time to also update on it and see what you can do about them immediately this self-isolation period is over. 2.9, it is the time to engage in home workouts, exercise. We are eating a lot. I've seen posts on social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I've heard of people saying, I even read of a particular lady who said her waistline has increased. This is the time, yes, we're eating, yes, we're having fun. You also need to burn out that fat to keep fit. Also, it has been proven that mentally exercise is good for you. So you're not only keeping fit, you're helping your mental state. This period where even for people that are actually more extroverted, they'll probably find it difficult being indoors at this time, but don't worry. Engage in activities that will keep you alive, engage in activities that will keep you fit, keep you mentally fit, emotionally fit, physically fit. So when we come out of this period, you don't have added issues and you're wondering, how am I going to burn it? The time now. If you have staircase in your house, run up the staircase about 10 times during the day. No matter how small, it would count. Also, I personally believe that dance is a form of exercise. So peradventure, you are maybe a little bit like me that keeps postponing when I'll start jogging, maybe around my estate. It's a time to probably 1 hour per day do that dance form, and it could also be a fun activity because you could actually engage in those exercises, in those dance moves with your family and friends. I've been seeing a lot of it online. This is the time. You haven't started, do it now. Finally, is the 10th point I have for you today. This point for me is the most important, and I believe that it's something that everyone should achieve in this period. It is time to get closer to your Creator. It is time to get closer to God. I mean, these times have revealed to us the fact that there is God, and wealth, any material thing you have right now, is vanity. At some point it will vanish. So this is the time to actually know more about this Creator, the time to actually spend more time with him. I mean, for Christians, I've had stories of people say, I do my devotion on the bus, I can't have my devotion, maybe it's late at night. This is the time to actually engage in that habit of having a devotion daily. Not just a devotion really, but spending time getting to know more about him, getting to speak to him more often, and just building your relationship with him. All right, so that'll be all for today's episode. I hope that you have been able to take out something for it. Remember that at the end of this self-isolation period, you should have taken out things from it positively. You should be able to look back and say that I actually achieved good things, positive things during this period. So number one, don't forget to learn a new skill. Number two, organize that wardrobe or that kitchenette or that cabinet rather. Number three, practice self-care. Do those things you love to do. Pamper yourself during this period. Number four, it is to start that online business for that person that has been wanting to start it. This is the push starting now. Number five, it is to engage in fun activities. Let loose. Do things that you enjoy doing. Have fun during this period. Get rid of the panic and the fear and have a positive mindset. Number six, read that book. That's all I'm going to say about that. Number seven, bond with family and reach out to friends. Number eight, update your goals. Update that bucket list that you have kept somewhere and just have plans to start achieving them once the self-isolation period is over for those that you can't achieve right now. Number nine, engage in home workouts, in dances, and in your exercises. And finally, number 10, get closer to God. That'll be all, as I've said, for today's episode. Please do connect with us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They're showing on your screen right now. If you also like to share with me your experience or even pictures of videos of what you've been going through, share them with us on the social media platforms. You could also send me an email on programs@proshareng.com. I also hope that you've been taking the safety precautions guidedly and engaging in them. Till I come your way next week, thank you so much for watching, and please achieve all of these things and continue to stay safe.